Well, Royal Caribbean is having trouble with its cruise ship Quantum of the Seas. Trouble of the worst kind. Trouble with the propulsion system, unable to travel at top speed, and that's causing a ripple effect for people cruising to Alaska over the next few months. A ripple effect in the fact that Royal Caribbean is dropping the glacier visit from many of their cruises. That's right, the glacier visit in Alaska. One of the things that you do when you go to Alaska is, you visit glaciers. It's kind of akin to going to, say, Paris and not seeing the Eiffel Tower, or maybe going to New York City without seeing the Statue of Liberty, or going to your local Taco Bell and not getting a Mexican pizza. It's very similar to that, and so a lot of people that are receiving this news, not too happy. Royal Caribbean has been contacting their guests that have bookings through July and August, telling them that their itinerary is going to be changed, and there's so many itinerary changes that it would be too extensive to cover here. So if you're cruising on Quantum of the Seas in Alaska for the next 8 weeks, let's say, make sure you reach out to your travel agent or reach out to Royal Caribbean and find out what the dealio is. If your cruise is impacted, they're giving you some onboard credit for the glacier miss. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of blowback from this. A lot of people saying the whole reason I go to Alaska is to see the glacier. What the heck, Royal Caribbean? But on the flip side, I mean, what are you going to do? Cruise ships are machines, and sometimes they break down. Where do you fall on this one? Should you be mad if you can't see a glacier in Alaska, or should you be understanding and accept your little onboard credit and move on with your life? I don't know. Personally, I think that if you drop the glacier from Alaska, you should be able to cancel with no penalty, move your cruise, get your money back. That's my take on it. I don't know that that's easy or feasible in this day and age. But of course, when you sign the cruise contract, you are signing up for anything could change. But still, that's a big change. I'd love to hear what you think. Leave a comment below. And welcome to the show, Cruise News. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, your guide into that cruise life, your guide into all things cruising. Hit the like button, hit subscribe button, grab yourself some popcorn, buckle in. Let's keep talking cruise news. Cruise news story number 2, and this one is a big one. The FCC here in the United States, they have approved Starlink, which is the internet offering from SpaceX. They approved Starlink to be used on a lot of things, but the thing that's important to us, cruise ships. Now, you're like, what does that mean? It means the internet could get better if the cruise ship has Starlink internet. This has been tested out on a Royal Caribbean ship, the Freedom of the Seas. There was an article on Royal Caribbean blog where somebody was able to test this out, and they got speeds of like 10 times faster than the normal internet on Royal Caribbean, which is usually pretty fast. And so this is exciting. As someone who uses the internet as part of my cruising experience, this is great news. I still contend that here in 2022, where we have a lot of people that are working remotely, I think you could pull some remote workers onto cruise ships to work during the day, but also have that cruise experience during the night. I think it's a whole untapped customer base for cruise lines. I know there are a lot of people that work on cruise ships while they're cruising, but I think even more if there was a reliable internet connection and power. I know that doesn't seem like a big deal, but so many cruise ships, there's nowhere for you to charge your laptop, for example, or just take a cable and charge your phone unless you're in your cabin. I am currently on Virgin Voyage's Scarlet Lady, and that's one thing they've done really well. Almost even in the galley, which is kind of their buffet concept, almost every table has access to power, USB power, AC power. It's really amazing. I more to say about Scarlet Lady once I get back home from this trip and can put it into a concise review. But one of the high marks is just their cognizance that there's people out there that need power and need internet on cruise ships. But yeah, this Starlink thing could be a game changer. Certainly, I hope Royal Caribbean adopts this across their fleet. And the best case scenario would be that other cruise lines do that also. Fast internet, how about that? Cruise news story number 3 is about another cruise line dropping their pre-cruise testing for just a few cruises. Not labeled as a test, but you would have to assume that it is a test. But let me ask you real quick, could you do me a favor? Could you hit the like button? And if your answer is no, unfortunately, I will have to punish you. And if you do not hit the like button, then the next time that you take a shower, and it's one of those showers that has a shower head and it also has a shower wand, and those are controlled differently. You're going to forget how those controls work, and the shower wand's going to shoot water all over the teeny cruise bathroom that you have and make a mess. I don't know how or if that could ever happen, but that is your punishment. All right, cruise news story number 3 is the Holland America line is dropping pre-cruise testing on some of its cruises in Europe. Princess did it, also Viking did it. All of these are in Europe, none of it here in North America. But my hope is that they're dropping these pre-cruise testing for a period of time just to see what the data looks like. Is there going to be more or less cases on board? That's me speculating. I don't know that's what they're doing, but it would seem like something is in motion there, and hopefully that motion ends up being no pre-cruise testing here in North America if the data fleshes out. I know many of us want to see that balance between people being healthy and cruise ships being as safe as possible, but also balancing that out with not having protocols that are unnecessary. So hopefully they're trying to figure that out, whether the testing is necessary, so that we can strike that balance. That would be sweet. Now let's talk about the Carnival Magic. Let's talk about the fight that happened on the Carnival Magic. There's some anecdotal evidence, people just talking, as it were, talking to news sources, saying that they know what the fight was about. And the word on the street is that it's got something to do with some business in the sheets. How do you like that? I think the French call it a ménage à trois, and I think that's when you get 2 croissants and a French baguette together, like at a bakery. I don't know. Threesome, y'all. Shh, I'm blushing. Threesome. That's what the fight was about. And the only thing that I can think about as I thought about a fight breaking out over a threesome is, what would I fight over? Would I fight over that? Well, I think the one thing, if I'm thinking about Carnival, the one thing that I would get into a fist fight over is how long it takes to get the pizza at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's a question for you guys. Is there anything in your mind that rises to the level that you would get into a fist fight over? I'm not a fist fight person. I'm not I'm just not a, I've said it before. I'm not a fighter. I'm the other thing. But what do you think? What would have to happen for you to come to blows on a cruise ship? Leave a comment below. That's the show. I hope you dug it. If so, you know what to do. This is Tony for Lido, Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.